Hey guys, it's Adam here from DpadNews.com, and for today's video we are going to be covering the final part of the what controller you should use. So this video is going to be wrapped around the Classic Controller Pro. I apologize that we don't have a Classic Controller to actually try out, so maybe it would probably roughly be the same thing. Now, I'm using the same weapon as I have with the PM63, and everything is the same. The only difference that's going to be in this video is not going to nearly be as long as the others, because I've already done a review on the Classic Controller Pro, a very in-depth review that you guys who are extremely interested in the Classic Controller Pro should check out. So I'll link that in probably the description below for you guys to go check that out, because if you're really truly interested in the Classic Controller Pro, I recommend that you watch that video first and then watch this one, because this video is going to be more of a comparison between the Classic Controller Pro and the other two controllers setups, as well as kind of an updated, since they've patched the Classic Controller a little bit. I'm just going to go over the little patches that they've done to better make the Classic Controller Pro experience a little better. So to start off, I'm just going to give you kind of like I was just saying about the patch updates. So I'm just gonna give you a quick update on how the Classic Controller Pro works right now. They fixed most of the problems that there were, if not all of the problems that there were when it came to sniping. Now those problems that existed had to do with if you were holding your breath to steady your shot, you would throw a tactical grenade. If you were trying to use a variable zoom, it wouldn't work because the variable zoom would not stay zoomed in. It would automatically just zoom in and then zoom out. And I think that was also a problem that occurred on the regular controller scheme as well. I could be wrong with that though, so don't quote me. So that problem has been fixed. The other problem that there was too was when you went between controller setups. So if you were unplugging your Wiimote and then plugging in your Classic controller, and then when you switched back, your controller scheme, I should say, on your regular controller would be gone. It wouldn't be in place, so you would have to redo it, and it was kind of a pain in the ass. So all those problems were fixed. So that really makes the experience for me a lot better. And obviously, for all of those who know, I really do enjoy sniping with the Classic Controller. I like dual wielding weapons with the Classic Controller, and that's about the extent of that. But also I want to state now, this is an older video because I filmed this a while back when I filmed this last week when I was getting all of those videos all set up. So if you notice that the video might be a little laggy, that would be why. I have since fixed that problem, so for all future videos, as you've seen in the last 2 days, that problem's not there, so yay! Anyways, overall, I feel that the Classic Controller Pro has improved dramatically since the patch. It's better for me. I know a lot of people do enjoy using it. Now, the reason a lot of people do like using the Classic Controller, and this is kind of what separates it from the other two schemes, is that it is dual analog. Now, for anybody who's coming over from a 360 or a PlayStation 3, that's really what's gonna get them to play this game, is the ability to be able to play it as they normally would on any other system. And I really think that's a step forward, but also a step backwards for the Call of Duty franchise on the Wii. Now, I say that because the Wii is all about motion. Like, that's what it was designed for. That's why a lot of people do love playing the Wii, especially Call of Duty on the Wii. So in that aspect, you're taking something that destroys that whole fabric of the classic, like of playing on the Wii and throwing the classic controller in there. But at the same time, you're attracting a new audience, and I understand that from a sales point of view. And I also understand, as a gamer who is not familiar with motion, once again, I can see why you would get turned off if you don't want to do all that. I understand completely. So if you're in terms of comparison to the other two controllers, I do find the controls to be a little stiff, and I really find it difficult to use when you're using an automatic weapon. And I say that because I find it a lot more difficult to control the recoil of certain weapons with just dual analog. Once again, that's just my opinion. Remember, this is my opinion that I'm passing on to you guys, so take it as you will. But I find it more difficult to steady my shots when using the Classic Controller Pro. That being said, it's a lot easier to steady shots that are not fully automatic. So snipers and shotguns, pistols, dual wielding weapons are all great to use on the Classic Controller. Now that is just how it is for me. That might not necessarily be the case for you. For you, it could be perfect. This could be the perfect fit for you. And I also find that it's a lot easier to keep a shot at a certain level. Now, using motion, there's room for human error. So if you are completely awful at aiming, then it's going to be a lot harder to aim when you're using the Wiimote than it is when you're using an analog controller, because then you just won't be able to shoot anything in your life. So you should just put the Wiimote down and walk away. So that being said, I'm going to wrap this video up now. For those who really want the Wii experience, just try it out with the Wiimote and Nunchuck. If you want something, and if that doesn't work, okay, if that doesn't work, then what you need to do is you need to decide on two things. Do you want to go the route of taking something that might not work well with you if you're really not used to using a dual analog, or do you want to try the Wii Zapper, which you also might not like? So there really is, there's a risk here on what you should use, and it's all preference. Like I said before in the other videos, if you want a fully motion experience, use the Wiimote Nunchuck combo. If you want to just kind of an under that type of experience, but maybe something that works a little more comfortably because you're holding a gun, then maybe you should get the Wii Zapper. If you want to feel something a little more comfortable in your hands in terms of something that you're familiar with, then you should use the Classic Controller Pro. So, once again, it's really all your guys' preference. That's what these videos are all about, just to explain how these things work. Now, I do recommend that you check out the Classic Controller Pro review. I'm going to put that in the description below. And it'll really tell you a lot more. It'll go a lot more in depth than I have. Because the Classic Controller Pro is not very customizable, and if that's an experience you want, stay away. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for me. I'm Adam for DpadNews.com. I'll see you tomorrow.